Factories have a rhythm, a cold, mechanical heartbeat that swallows everything human about a person. The endless noise, the fluorescent lights, the smell of metal, oil, and sweat. For most people, it's just another job. But for Evan, it was survival. He'd been working at that factory for almost a year, long enough to know that nobody really stayed. Workers came and went through 5 different temp agencies. One week you'd recognize faces, the next week they'd be gone, swallowed up by the system. So, friendships? Not really a thing. Trust? That was a luxury. Still, Evan tried to keep his sanity with small rituals. The biggest one? His lunch. Ambient hum softens. The faint creak of a refrigerator door opens. Evan stepped into the break room. The walls were beige and peeling. A flickering fluorescent light buzzed overhead. He smiled slightly when he saw the fridge because in there, waiting for him, was the only thing that made the day bearable. His homemade lunch. He reached for the container, ready to finally enjoy a quiet meal, but the shelf was empty. He blinked, looked again, moved a few brown paper bags aside. Nothing. His blue Tupperware box was gone. Evan, no way. A few coworkers turned their heads, but said nothing. He sighed, rubbing his temple, and walked to the vending machine. It was fine, he told himself. Mistakes happen. Maybe he misplaced it. Maybe someone grabbed it by accident. He pressed a few buttons and watched a stale bag of chips fall to the bottom. But that hollow feeling, the mix of frustration and disbelief, stayed with him all night. The next day, same story. Evan opened the fridge, no lunch. Day 3, gone again. Day 4, same thing. By the 5th day, his quiet patience was gone. His stomach wasn't the only thing that was empty, his trust was too. He started writing his name in thick, black marker across the lid, Evan. He even added a note, please don't touch. Disappeared again, like clockwork. Evan sat at the metal table, head in his hands. Across from him sat Jordan, a talkative coworker who always had theories about everything. Jordan, dude, you still losing your lunch? Evan, 6th day in a row. Jordan, man, that's messed up. Could be one of those agency guys. They come in hungry, don't care whose name's on it. Evan, yeah, maybe. But it's not just hunger. Whoever's doing this, they know it's mine. I put it front and center. My name's on it. Jordan, well, you could always spice things up. Chuckles, like, literally. Ever heard of ghost peppers? Evan didn't laugh. But something in his mind, a small flicker, sparked. He didn't say it out loud, but the seed of an idea had been planted. That night, lying in bed, Evan stared at the ceiling fan spinning lazily above him. He wasn't angry anymore. Not exactly. It was something deeper, a mix of humiliation and injustice. Every stolen lunch wasn't just food, it was a message. Someone in that factory thought he was weak, invisible. And that burned worse than hunger ever could. He thought about buying a small camera, maybe reporting it to HR. But in a place like that, no one cared. HR barely remembered his name. So instead, he planned. He planned something poetic. The next day, during his lunch break, or lack thereof, Evan scrolled through his phone and a random video appeared. A man was eating a Carolina Reaper, the hottest pepper in the world. The man in the video was red-faced, gasping, crying. The chat was full of laughing emojis. Evan watched it, expressionless. But then a slow smile crept across his face. Soft chuckle under his breath. Yeah, that might just work. He decided that if the thief wanted to play games, he'd play too, just with higher stakes. That night, he pulled out his best ingredients. Fresh steak strips, bell peppers, onions, spices. He cooked for hours, making the kind of lunch that would make final ingredient, one that would change everything. He chopped the Carolina Reaper peppers, bright red, deadly hot, and minced them into a fine paste. The fumes alone made his eyes water. He mixed the Reaper paste into his homemade pico de gallo, bright, colorful, innocent looking, but carrying hellfire in every bite. He layered the steak fajitas with care, topped them with that deadly salsa, and garnished them with lime and cilantro. When he was done, he stared at the container like an artist admiring his masterpiece. The stage was set. And Evan? He was done being the victim. The next morning felt different. The air in the factory was heavier, or maybe that was just Evan's heart beating faster than usual. He walked into the break room before anyone else arrived. The room was still, quiet, and cold. He opened the fridge door and placed his masterpiece right in the middle of the second shelf. The container gleamed under the flickering light, red, bright, and beautiful. He even adjusted it slightly, making sure the name Evan was perfectly visible on the lid. Soft smirk in the voice. A little bait never hurt. Then he stepped back, shut the door, and whispered under his breath. Evan. Hours passed. The clinking of steel drowned out his thoughts, but every so often, he caught himself glancing toward the break room door, watching people go in and out. Every time someone entered, his stomach tightened. Would it be this time? Would he hear the scream? He tried to focus on his work, welding parts, tightening bolts, but his mind wouldn't stop racing. Jordan, calling out over the machines. Yo, Evan. You good, man? You're zoning out like crazy today. Evan, forcing a half smile. Yeah, just tired. Didn't sleep much. Jordan, grinning. Still thinking about your mystery thief? Evan shrugs. Something like that. Jordan laughed, unaware of the trap already set in motion. Rang through the factory. High-pitched. Panicked. Woman screaming. Help! Somebody help! The noise of machines slowed to a crawl as workers looked up confused. Evan dropped his wrench and ran, instinct kicking in before thought. When he reached the break room, his breath caught in his throat. There, on the linoleum floor, was Tina, one of the temporary workers from Agency 4. Her face was red, eyes watering, mouth open in gasping coughs. She was clutching her chest, her other hand trembling beside a half-eaten fajita wrap. The Tupperware lay open on the table, a small pool of bright red sauce spilled beside it. Evan, under his breath. Oh my God. 2 coworkers rushed to her side, one yelling for an ambulance. Coworker. She can't breathe. She's having an asthma attack. Evan stood frozen, his mind blank and roaring all at once. The room smelled faintly of lime and spice, and something darker. He wanted to move, to help, to say something, but all he could do was stare at the sight of his own handwriting, Evan still scrawled across that clear lid. Let's see how brave you are today. Soft laugh. Let's see you steal this one. The next day, whispers filled every corner of the factory. Tina had an asthma attack. She almost didn't make it. Something about spicy food. No one said the word pepper. No one said revenge. But everyone knew the thief had been caught by her own greed. Evan sat alone at his table, staring at his untouched sandwich. Jordan walked over and leaned on the chair beside him. Jordan, lowering his voice. You heard about Tina? Evan, quietly. Yeah. Jordan. Crazy man. They say she grabbed someone's lunch again. Guess it didn't end well. Evan, staring at his food. No, it didn't. Jordan gave a half shrug, half smirk. Jordan. Guess karma finally clocked in for a shift. Evan didn't reply. He just nodded. His emotions were tangled. Guilt, relief, vindication, all fighting for space. He didn't want her to get hurt like that. Not really. He just wanted her to stop. When Tina came back a week later, she moved quietly, no loud laughter, no chatter. She never looked Evan in the eye. And Evan never brought it up. Neither of them did. But the fridge stayed full, untouched. His lunches remained exactly where he left them every single day afterward. No one dared take anything that wasn't theirs again. A few days later, Evan's supervisor, Mr. Langford, called him into the office. Langford, casually. Evan, you were in the break room that morning, weren't you? Evan, steady voice. Yeah, I heard the noise and came running. Langford, nodding slowly. Word around is she ate something spicy. Nearly stopped breathing. You know anything about that? Evan hesitated, looking down at his hands. Evan, quietly. No, sir. I just saw her on the floor. I didn't see what she ate. Langford studied him for a moment, maybe curious, maybe suspicious, then sighed. Langford. Factory gossip travels fast. Just be careful, all right? Don't get mixed up in nonsense. Evan, nodding. Understood. Langford gave a small nod and turned back to his papers. Evan left the office, exhaling a slow, quiet breath he hadn't realized he was holding. That night, Evan stood in his kitchen, preparing dinner. Same cutting board, same Tupperware, but no Carolina Reapers this time. As he sliced vegetables, he caught himself thinking, not about revenge or guilt or the past week's chaos, but about something simpler. How small things like food could mean so much when everything else felt out of control. He realized that for him, the fajitas were never just lunch. They were his piece. His one piece of normal in a chaotic world. And someone had taken that from him. He didn't regret standing up for himself, even if the method had Sometimes justice doesn't come clean. Sometimes it's messy. But it still feels, right? A week later, Evan walked into the break room again. He opened the fridge and smiled. His lunch was still there, exactly where he left it. A few coworkers greeted him politely. Even Tina nodded faintly. The tension had dissolved into quiet respect, or maybe quiet fear. Either way, he didn't mind. He sat down at the metal table, unwrapped his food, and took a slow bite. The taste wasn't fiery this time. It was calm, warm, satisfying. It wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about peace, knowing that for once, no one could take from him what was his. He chewed slowly, the sounds of the factory echoing around him like a familiar song. And for the first time in weeks, he smiled. Sometimes, life doesn't hand us justice neatly wrapped with a bow. Sometimes, we have to cook it ourselves. Evan never bragged about what happened. He never told anyone what he did. But deep down, he knew the universe had a way of balancing things out. And as he clocked out that night, the air outside felt lighter. If this story made your heart race or your sense of justice smile, hit that like button and tell us in the comments. Have you ever seen karma come full circle like this? Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind us sometimes the quietest people have the most powerful fire inside them. Music fades out with faint sizzling sound, symbolic of the Reaper peppers still burning somewhere in memory. Karma had eaten,